Hi guys, welcome back to Harry Makes Up. Today I am doing a what's in my handbag video, and these videos are literally my guilty pleasure. I think when I first found YouTube, they were the thing that I went back to time and time again. I still love watching them now. For anyone who doesn't enjoy these videos, feel free to come back next week when there will be a makeup tutorial. But for today, I'm going to do a review as well of the YSL Tote, which I bought recently, and the Samorga Organiser, as it's finally arrived and I'm just loving organising my bag. So as I mentioned, I have already done kind of a general overview of the bag, so I'll insert some more clips as well of the bag. It is the YSL Tote, and I got this in the colour Coal, I think it is on the UK site, but generally it's this beautiful dark grey. It's really soft calf leather. I think it's calf leather, which I think a lot of people worry with calf leather that it's going to kind of scratch easily, but touch wood, so far this has been pretty durable, and I had watched kind of year-on videos of how the bag wore as well before I purchased it, and most people said they'd used it for planes and travelling, and it had travelled really well. So it's got long handles here, which makes it really easy and comfortable to carry. And the main reason I went for this tote bag, and I actually sold quite a few of my old bags before buying this, is that it is so light. And I feel like this has kind of become my general work bag now, in that I do take a lot with me to work, but this just makes packing it so easy. So I literally kind of have this pretty much every time I'm on a job. So I want to explain a little bit as well about the Samorga handbag organiser, which I think I may have mentioned was coming. I'd ordered it, but it hadn't arrived yet. And now it's in. Oh my goodness, I think they're bloody amazing. Literally, I think they come from Singapore. I'll correct that on the screen if it's wrong. They do ship worldwide, and they do take a long time to come. I'm not going to lie, it definitely took maybe like 3 weeks to a month. It was quite a long time to arrive. However, they are made of felt. The pockets, I mean, you can buy them for specific bag shapes. So if you have, I think, like the Antigona, is it? The Givenchy bag, if you have Louis Vuitton bags, if you have Hermes bags, there's quite a few different styles that they make actually custom to those bags. But I just went for one that I kind of chose by measurement what would fit in this bag, and the felt makes it so soft, so it stops any of your items kind of like getting scratched as well. It's really protective, and it's just so good to organize, especially with a tote bag. It's so easy to be kind of rooting around when you're trying to find something. So I love the Samorga. I'll pop down in the links below the actual style that I have in my bag, and they do them all different colors as well. And I went for a grey felt because I wanted the inside of my bag it to match, and it's a light grey, so it's still not too dark. When I open the bag, I can see everything really well. So without further ado, let's get into the what is in my bag. So the first thing I have is actually what comes with the bag. So when I brought the YSL Tote, it came with a little kind of pochette bag, which has a zip on, a gold zip, and I really like that it is kind of gold hardware. And even on the front of the bag, it does have a gold kind of emboss on the ROM, but it's very, very subtle. So it's not so heavily gold that I can't wear my silver jewellery with it. So silver zip, and it has a little piece here that attaches to this piece inside the bag. So this is attached, so you can actually thread this back through and attach it if you want to actually attach the bag. I don't do that personally, but in here I can just keep my coins, I keep a little pen, anything that kind of comes with me on a day-to-day basis is in that. So that comes with the YSL Tote. And I did hear that they were putting the price up on these, so I don't know if that's already happened by the time this video goes live, but I think this bag is very good value when you consider that the baby blogger bag, I think it's called, is like this big, and it's the same price as this tote. So I think you get a really good practical bag for your money with this. Next up, I have another kind of bag pochette, whatever you want to call it, and that is this makeup bag by Burberry, which I was gifted quite a while back now from a Burberry event, and I love it. It's really soft, buttery leather, and this houses kind of whatever makeup I'm using to kind of touch up throughout the day. So I'll show you what I got in here. So I've been using the Ambient lighting powder, is it the Surreal Light Edit. I've been using this quite a lot recently. Love the marble packaging. I have done a Is It Worth the Splurge video on this, which I'll pop somewhere above here if you want to have a full review of this. And I just like it because it's got a nice big mirror. It's got my blush, my bronzer powder. It's quite good when I'm out and about. And then I have the Victoria Beckham, the Brazilian Nude lipstick. That's kind of a little bit of that on there into the pink. I tend to mix this in with other pink lipsticks, but I really like it just to kind of throw on. It's nice and easy. And then I always like to keep a blush brush with me, but I'm a bit kind of anal about things getting dirty inside other bags. So I do this. This is a really old one I've had for years from Stylo, and it pops up and the brush can kind of be stored really nice and clean. So I have that in there to use with my powder palettes. I've got a Ford Concealing Pen, really good for just doing touch-ups. I always like to kind of touch up with concealer rather than more foundation. And then I have 2 eye pencils. So I actually have a soft kohl. So this is the Elizabeth Arden Beautiful Colour Smokey Eyes in Espresso 03, which I absolutely love. It's such a gorgeous, super smoky, super blendable kohl, which is great if even if I'm wearing like a day makeup and then I just want to kind of smoke up the eye a little bit for the evening. And then I have the Chanel Stylo Yeux waterproof, the one that I used, I think I showed this in my Chanel Worth the Splurge as well actually, in Agape, and this is a beautiful shimmery red brown. And I like this. I think, again, I do wear it in the waterline, but it's also nice for kind of giving myself a bit more definition, and this is super long lasting, so this is a good one if, again, I want to change my look up a little bit or touch up throughout the day. So that's the makeup bag, and I don't often take loads of makeup with me for work. I'll just kind of take a few key bits to top up my look. So next, and one of the things I love the most about this Samorga is the fact that some of the pockets are detachable. So you get the option of having multiple pockets, or you can actually Velcro out certain areas to make more room. And I actually like having extra compartments because it's just super easy to find stuff when you're looking for it. So for example, I have my 8-hour cream always ready to hand because I just love this. I don't even know how many tubes I've had in my lifetime of this, but I still have like 3 spare ones waiting. And I love it. I don't think I'll ever stop loving this. This is like one of my holy grail products. And I always like to I have one by my bed, one in my handbag, one in my gym bag. They're everywhere. So love that. And then I have sunglasses. At the minute, I've got the Rayban. These are the Wayfarers, the tortoise shell style. I just find these kind of go with everything. They're super easy and they're great for being dressed up, dressed down. And I know it's like a bad way to decide your sunglasses, but the packaging's really small and thin. And for me, again, it's lightweight. I know they're easy to carry. So there you go in there. What else do I have? I have my keys, my car keys, my house keys. Again, that's when the Samorga is amazing. I think you just know it's not going to kind of scratch any of your other leather goods in your bag, or if you have any notebooks or anything, they're not going to get kind of destroyed. The felt really protects it. So tissues, I always carry a pack of tissues. In London, I feel like it's just good to have those. What else do we have? I have my iPhone cable for charging. I'm in a studio, often they'll have plug sockets or laptops, so I'll put it into there to charge. And then I have, this was lovely, this was a birthday gift from my husband's mum. It's from Whistles, and it's this lovely little mustard yellow card holder. It has a slot either side and then a bit in the middle where you can add extra cards. And I definitely in the past few years have stopped using big purses. Again, in terms of like everyday and what's comfortable, I don't like taking loads of extra things that make my bag really heavy. And I find generally I do use my cards. In the pochette that came with the bag, I use a little bit of cash, but generally I feel kind of like having cards is easy. So they go in there, and I just love mustard yellow. I think it's such a nice colour, and that's a nice kind of like mottled leather as well. So love that. And do you know what? I think this just goes to show how little things I actually have in my bag. And this is honest, this has been like what I've been using the past few days. And I still have loads of empty pockets actually in my Samorga ready to like add more stuff. But I think in one of them there was a hair bubble. I did see a hair bubble. Yeah, here. Hair bubble. That's my last thing that I always include, is a hair bubble, because if you're on the tube in London or public transport, it can get a little bit hot even when it's winter. So I find like a hair elastic is always a good idea. I will kind of keep you updated on the wear and tear of the YSL Tote. Like I said, I love the size. I think the size is perfect. You can fit A4 documents in. I can even mix up my laptop into here if I want to take that with me to work. And because of the Samorga being felt, I don't even really need a laptop cover. That just protects my laptop really nicely. Sometimes I do swap up. I know what I've forgotten actually, because I've got it here with my notes. The other thing that goes in my bag, I nearly forgot this actually, is my Louis Vuitton MM Agenda. Now, there's loads of videos on like setups of these on YouTube, and that's my other second guilty pleasure, is watching planner videos. I do have the large size as well, which, again, this is my thing, guys. I just love filofaxes. So I have my GM Agenda, which I actually use for work. So this is my one if I have mood boards and kind of like references for an artist I'm working with, they all go in here. And if I'm doing a job with someone specific, I take all my mood boards, and this has like my whole work life in. Or I take this one, which is the MM Agenda, which I mentioned first. So this one generally comes everywhere with me. This is like my life in a book. So even little things like medical information I'll write down, you know, kind of to-do lists, calendar. I did go back to using iCal for a while and I tried it, but you know, I always come back to pen and paper. And I think part of it for me is like the enjoyment of writing, and you know, social media is part of my work now, like, and I love that, but also there's something so nice about writing. Even like list making just gives me so much joy. So I do like to have something to write notes in, and I feel like I even remember it better when I write it down, and a lot of people say that they find that too. So my MM Agenda, I have a Sessa pen in here, a little gold and black pen, and you guys know me, I love my laminator, so I do go quite full on with the decorating, and even that is like my kind of way to unwind. So this, again, without this I'd feel quite lost. It kind of has all my essentials in terms of where I'm meant to be, what I'm meant to be doing, keeping it with bill tracking, things like that. It's really, really good. Let me know if you guys would want like an agenda related video. I know there's loads of them on YouTube, and obviously I'm more beauty, but might be kind of fun. There might be some other stationery geeks out there who also like laminating. So that's pretty much everything that is in my what's in my bag. Love the Samorga, can't recommend it enough, and it is worth the wait even though they take an age to arrive. Love the bag, so happy with it. I love the grey colour, really having a grey moment at the minute. Yeah, I would love it if you guys subscribe, leave me some comments down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much guys, bye!